What's up, drivers? Is there anything better than sunsets in wine country? Fuck yeah, there is. Race cars, racetracks, and wine country. This is your lap guide to Sonoma. All right, we're gonna start things off in the racingcockpits.com Mercedes AMG in the cockpit so you can see what it's like to do the laps from your seat. Then we'll go down, then we'll go in and break everything down from the rear view so you can see where we're braking, what gear I'm in, how much I'm braking, how much I'm using the throttle, and give you the best chance to get a good lap time. Again, this is not the end-all be-all. This is not the fastest lap possible. This is going to be a competitive lap. This is just a guide to get you started and get you going so you can put in some good lap time. So let's take a look at that from the racing seat. As always, we start everything off the lap before, or the corner before, quarter 11 here, setting up nice and tight on the inside. Going to be a tricky low-speed corner, second gear. Get out there, get it, full throttle. Turn 12 is back there. It's not really a turn, but yeah. Turn 1, easing up the hill. This is a tricky one. Blind crest, blind apex. If anyone wipes out up here, you're gonna get right into the mess. Got to keep your eyes up. Anticipate something there. Turn 3A is another tricky one. Into turn 4. Crucial turn to gain a lot of pace there. You nail that, you nail the exit, you're going to be making gains over your competitors. 6 is another tricky one. High speed, on camber, downhill, a lot of time to be gained there as well. This is going to be one of the most difficult, tricky brake marker. You can go deep, gain a lot more entry speed on the second part of the apex there. Tight hairpin, crucial to balance that one out. This corner, turn 8, you're sacrificing for turn 8A. Long high-speed section through here. Setting up for the second to last, third to last corner, high speed, going into 11. Bringing it all back around. Tight through 11. Back on the start-finish straight. Full throttle past 12. And that's your lap from the driver's seat. Now let's go ahead and take a look at it from the far chase view. We're gonna break this lap down, show you where to brake, show you where to turn, what to expect, and give you the best chance possible for a competitive lap time. All right, so as always, when we're thinking about putting a qualifying lap specifically, we're thinking about that before the start-finish straight. We're gonna use the last turn to set up, give ourselves the best, highest speed possible so we can carry the best time in and get a good start to that lap. So here, we'll cover this corner twice because it's the lead into your start and it's gonna be the finish to your lap as well. So on this corner, not really any great braking markers. There's not really anything along the wall other than these doors. You can maybe use the start of the Toyota signs here. It's about center of this solid white line before you hit the split off into the pit lane. So really the best thing you're going to look at here is off to the side, the Toyota sign, or just kind of manage somewhere center of this straight, solid dividing line right here. You'll find some play to brake a little bit later, a little bit earlier, but that's about where you want to be. You can cross over into that pit lane line, no penalties there. Again, 40, 50, 60, 70%. You're going to build up your brake, really get the car slowed down. Trail all the way around into this corner. You're going to drag that brake and ease off. Get the car to come in tight. Let off at the apex here. And you're going to start to get instantly back on the throttle. Ease on the throttle. You're going to ease on the throttle as you unwind your steering. Your exit's going to be tricky because there's going to be a wall. If you carry too much speed, you're going to hit that. You're going to damage your steering, and you're going to have a hard time keeping pace through the lap here. Then we go up past turn 12, across the start finish line. We're gonna set up turn 1 into turn 2. Again, this is gonna be another crucial one here. It's gonna be uphill. So you're gonna let off the throttle before you get on the brake. You're gonna use the, you can use gravity to slow you down a little bit and give you a chance to transition to the brake. Not typically a quick transition as you would on a normal flat corner. So you can see I've already let off the gas. I am hitting the brake right at the red curbing here. So I'm looking for the red curbing as my braking marker. My steering's already turned to try and roll through that curb. I'm gonna set up for the exit across, it's not really named here, turn 2, across turn 2. And we're gonna come inside here, roll the curb, set up for turn 2. Now remember, turn 2 is gonna be not only a blind apex, but a blind crest. If there's any contact with the cars ahead, anyone spins out, you're gonna be right on them. The one thing that's really unique about this course is the amount of blind corners and blind crests. This track is all about anticipation, knowing what's beyond these blind spots, anticipating it, and being brave. Trusting yourself to put the car where it needs to be so you get those exits without going off track, without running into other cars. And go a little bit tight there. Now this is, again, not my ideal lap, but a good competitive lap. Go inside tight there. Typically, I like to roll a little bit of curb. The camber on that curb is going to help you initiate your rotation, give you a little extra rotation. You're going to flow all the way out to the edge of the track here. Don't go over. You don't have much room. It's sand. You're going to lose traction there. Going into turn 3 and 3A, I like to clip the apex a little bit, wheel straight. Gonna set off a little dab of brake to get the car to rotate. A little bit tighter here because you're gonna set up the exit here. Prioritize this because it's gonna be another turn onto a long straight. Another little dab of brake, aim for the apex, and I'm gonna slowly get on 50% throttle. Get the car to keep rotating. A little bit of throttle management there just to keep from going off track. A little wide, but not bad. Again, anticipation here. This is going to be a really quick transition. It's going to feel really fast. You're going to go from being on full throttle to very quickly transitioning off. I'm looking for right about here to start braking, maybe about 20, 30 yards before the end of that corner, because we're going to have to very quickly turn into this right-hander here. Let's show you that. I'm almost to the end of this curbing here, hitting the brake, anticipating going around into this corner. About 50, 60% brake. I want to go on the inside here, roll that curbing, help with the rotation, get the car pushed through here. Again, another tricky exit. You don't have a lot of room. If you're doing a qualifying lap and you go too far, your lap will get invalidated. But as you can see from my telemetry here, I'm back on the throttle at the apex, slowly increasing the throttle as the car rotates. As the car starts to straighten up, I am 100% throttle. I'm also using some of the throttle, some of the torque to push that back end out. It takes a little bit of management, it takes a little bit of finesse, but once you get the hang of it, you're gonna get some really good lap times out of it. This next section is all full throttle. Come in tight through 5 there. You're gonna set up to another blind crest and another blind exit or apex. This time it's gonna be to the left. Long sweeping turn 6. I brake just about the peak of the crest as I start to go over. You have your options for different lines here. You can go wide and pinch it out and cut back in, kind of like a V shape. You can go more towards the middle and sweep around. You can carry more speed in kind of a middle line, going a little bit wide, or you can bring it in wide and then really tight, really tuck it in, shorten that distance. A few options there. You want to do what feels best for the car, what feels best for you. I kind of stick with the middle line. Carrying that higher speed along the middle tends to work out better for me. I'm going to turn in there, trail. I let the trail off here. A little bit of gap between the throttle and the brake. Managing the throttle, keeping the car balanced, keeping it wide. Once I get towards the end of that curbing here, so managing all through here, you're just keeping the car balanced, keeping it from understeering. And once you get about halfway through that curb, you can start to get going back on it, get into full throttle. You're going to be full throttle all the way out. The car is going to still be turning. You're going to still be turning, and you're going to get it right to the edge of the track on that exit there. Again, this is another section of track where you're going to go out to the edge for your exit, but be careful. There's sand. There's not a lot of room. You're also going to get track limits if you go too far wide and you get over that white line. But another crucial corner. Your best corners for overtaking are going to be onto your straights. It's going to be your best opportunity for making passes, your best time to gain the most speed. So all those corners that lead onto the straight are going to be your best opportunity to gain time and make overtakes. Going into this is going to be another tricky braking zone. I am looking for this fencing here. I'm trying to start my braking phase right about when the fencing starts. There's not much else in the way of brake markers here, so that's a great one. I'm a little bit before it, but that's what you want to aim for. Stay nice and tight along here, because you're going to have one of the most tricky corners, in my opinion, in this whole track. Again, this is the Cup long format. This is going to go into the next hairpin, which is going to be turn 7, and you're going to have some options there. So again, 75, maybe 80, 90% brake, getting the car slowed, getting down to second gear, rotating in. You have a lot of room to work with on this corner. You can go really wide, cut back in, and have more of a run onto the next section there. You can go kind of middle, carry more pace. You're going to drop off your exit speed, but you're going to gain more time going through this corner. The tight corner on this, the tight line on this corner doesn't really work for me. You gain a little bit on your initial time, but you're going to lose quite a bit on your exit there. You can go all the way out. You can go pretty deep on this corner and not get a track limits. We're going to aim back in, looking for this exit to go nice and tight through there. You can go a little bit tighter, get a little bit more curb, but the idea is to carry a good amount of speed. And you'll see, as we're carrying it around, we brake up into the apex. You're going to be braking all the way as you get to this corner here, and then letting off as the car starts to rotate. When you get to about here, you're going to start to be able to get back on the throttle. Wheel turn, you're going to have maximum wheel rotation. Give it a little bit of throttle, kick that back end out, get the car rotated, aim down this straight, and you're good to go. Another crucial section here, some S's that you're going to go through. Going to be tricky. A nice high speed 8A. The last turn in this section is going to be the most crucial for gaining time. You're going to roll that corner, roll this apex. You can take a good amount of apex there. And this corner, this in between 8 and 8A, is going to be crucial to setting up really good amount of a lap time here. You're going to have the opportunity to gain a significant amount of time by doing this corner right. When I was learning this track, it was probably one of the corners after getting everything kind of dialed in where I was finding the most gains and really finding those last tenths and possibly the last second through here. You're going to sacrifice this corner, go a little bit wide, and prioritize this section here to give you the most pace. This next sort of sweeping kind of left-hander high speed turn 9 into turn 10. Roll that curb, 4th gear. I let off to get some rotation, and then I'm back full throttle once the car is starting to straighten up into turn 9. Hug it tight through there. Full throttle, full throttle, full throttle. You're going to hug the curb tight here. I'm going to start braking towards the end of this curb. probably about 20, 30 yards. We're looking about, 3 or 4 of these stripes left. Not much in the way of braking. You can see I have a little bit of overlap, not ideal, but we can get away with it here. We're looking at about 30% brake just to get it rotated. Roll the curb here. As soon as you roll that curb and you're back on that curb, you're going to manage the throttle while it's rotating. And as soon as I get past that, back on full throttle, full speed through here, all the way wide, and we're back to turn 11. That how we set up again. Looking for about the midway point on this solid line to set up this corner. Brake hard, down to second, trail, 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 all the way in, nice and tight, nice and tight. Late apex, let off at the apex, slowly get back on the throttle, slowly as you rotate, as you straighten the wheel, you can get back on 100%. Remember, crucial here, you're gonna want a wide exit, but you're not gonna wanna hit the wall. Full throttle past 12, into the start finish, and that is your lap of Sonoma in the racingcockpits.com AMG GT3 at a lap time of 127.778. Now, there is definitely the possibility of 126s in here. I think there might be a 25, don't know. I think a lot of people will find their pace throughout the course of this race. But remember, the keys are blind crests, blind apexes. Anticipate what's beyond that. Anticipate the traffic that's going to be there. Get on your throttle, manage your throttle through some of these high-speed corners. It's a tricky course, but once you get the hang of it, it's a fun course. It's becoming one of my favorites. As always, we're going to be driving from early sunset, hour before sunset, into the night. So you're going to have changing conditions. You're going to have changing lighting. You're going to have the sun in your eyes for a little bit. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. And that's that. We're going to take a look at it one more time from the beauty angles, from the mixed TV angles. Go out there, use this guy, get faster. Then that's all I got. Let's take a look at it one more time in full speed, and then you're good to go. I love this track for how much variation there is, how challenging it is. It's going to be a lot of fun. In my opinion, one of the more underutilized tracks in iRacing. I wish they'd use it more so. I think we're going to have a good time here. The cars are going to look great. The cars are going to feel great. It's all about getting into a rhythm, getting into a flow, anticipating what's going to be beyond some of these blind apexes, what's going to be beyond some of these blind crests. Tricky, but not too tricky. And that's it. That's a lap of Sonoma, cup long. As you know, as we say, when you go out on track, you're gonna have cold tires and cold brakes. You gotta warm it up. We'll see you next week.